Recommendations to have Mr. Davis obtain, Mr. Clark obtain the transaction reports for T for T and the fund runs.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you.
Just one more question.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
I would love to hear what Mrs. Davis thinks about this as our financial
And there she
CEO
is.
or CEF or whatever it is.
CFO.
I have brought tonight the transaction detail for the teachers for tomorrow, so I'll be happy to share that.
Okay.
We are working as quickly as we can in accounting and budget and finance. It is, and again, I've shared this in the past, there is a tremendous amount of work in the normal day-to-day course of business. This board has come on and added tremendous drain in hours of work after work after work. We provided over 1,000 pages of information during the budget process. We can't keep up with all of the requests. We just cannot physically keep up with all of the requests. Earlier today was an example. At 1 o'clock, another page of requests. It's like, how can we possibly get our jobs done? We can't. Every meeting, I listen to you concerned about the stressed out teachers.
No, stop.
We are stressed out in this building. We can't do our jobs. We cannot do our jobs with the way we're treated by this board. But in every meeting, you will share your concern about employees. Where is your true concern about employees?
Do we need to take a minute for everybody to
You've
take a
shown
moment?
pure disrespect for my office, for my staff, continually since you started. And it's unacceptable.
It
is unacceptable.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis.
Excuse me, because I'm not going to direct my comments to you, but to the outbursts that we just had in this room. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I'm new to this board, but I have been on boards for over 10 years. And I have never seen staff treat board members who are elected, who have the responsibility to oversee taxpayer dollars, rebuked, yelled at in a meeting. I have never seen it. And I think it's totally unacceptable. We all want to work together to make sure the best is done for our students, for the members of the community, and we recognize that sometimes staff is asked to go above and beyond what they may have done in the past. But we all want to work together, collaboratively, to make sure that the best is done for all of the constituents that we serve. And coming in and yelling at a board is not appropriate. Yes, we know that the room is filled with staff members who report just to the superintendent. We know that the superintendent is the only person who works really except to the board. And it's just very sad that in this room, people cannot be civil. If there are issues, let's take it outside of this room, if it needs to be talked about, but it shouldn't come in here. Now, I must admit, I may not have made a lot of demands of staff. I do have my own questions I want answered. I will try and do them in a timely manner. But if I am stressed when I come into this room, I'm going to pull it into check and try and be civil. And I would ask staff, everybody in this room, that we all work together as we move forward so that we don't have to see this again in one of our meetings.
Thank you, Mrs. Ellis. Dr.
Well,
Foose.
that comment probably could have been taken offline, Mrs. Ellis. I mean, what you're hearing
Okay, that's enough
is
of that now.
frustration and
We're not going to
staff
have
feels
this
pushed
tonight.
at the envelope.
Thank you.
And I think it's mutual respect
Dr.
needs to go
Foose,
back
you're out
and
of
forth.
order.
I mean,
Please stop.
That's what needs to happen.
Dr. Foose, you're out of order. Please
No, I'm
stop.
not. I'm not out of order, Mrs. Valancourt. I'm responding to Mrs. Ellis's criticism of Mrs. Davis.
You know, this is a
Respectfully.
discussion that probably should go offline.
That's what I suggested.
And I think that that part of it also. So if everybody would just stop.